So draw control to open up. And Oyster Bay, as we showed you the halftime numbers, dominated this aspect. And they continue to do so. The ball popped and directed forward to Vanessa Yu. And Yu ahead, Hannah Kaiser. And Oyster Bay on the attack. They scored on 6 of their first 7 possessions with the ball thrown over, and Emma Shate to grab it. And Shate is fouled. And what about for Emma Shate in her 6th year on the varsity? Signed on with Albany, a Division I player. She's going to move on and play in the America East. What about for her, a senior? What can she do to help Seaford?
I think she definitely needs to step up and take more leadership, get her team together, and make sure that they're all on the same page working together.
Michelle Savino, quick drive, but Emily Vonvis has been making a few key saves, and it carries over here into the second. And Megan McGuckin, the communicator of the defense, able to move it here to Emma Devereaux. And for Vonvis. And Vonvis surveying her options now with Seaford putting on a full field ride now.
Yes, for Oyster Bay and Vonvis, she has stepped up huge in this game. You know, being their only goalie and their first goalie, she has really shown and proved her spot.
Low pass handled by Lane. And Rebecca Lane, against some Seaford pressure, will outlet and find Michelle Yu. And Michelle Yu, speed to burn, continues, dumping it off, looking for Kaiser, and the ball will be caught just ahead of the end line. Shelby Cook never gave up on it.
That's an awesome play, awesome effort. That's what makes the difference in the game of girls lacrosse. That effort kept the play in, so Oyster Bay still has possession.
And Yu and the offense, another opportunity with 2 minutes quickly off the clock, second half. And Oyster Bay will settle back. And looks like Seaford here, Michelle, has also made the defensive adjustment. Looks like a man-to-man.
Yes, definitely. We discussed that earlier. Vanessa Yu has had 5 points earlier in the first half, so locking her off will maybe be able to make her shut down.
And they stay with you. Looks like Julia Seiler, an 8th grade defender, is given the face guard assignment as Michelle Yu carries. And here's Hannah Kaiser. High pass brought down. Tough catch brought in through a lot of traffic for Oyster Bay. And they'll settle it back outside. So Seaford dialing up some more pressure with Hauser behind. And Hauser, path to goal. Kaiser shooting, and the save made by the stick by Folks. And Folks, though, lost it and picked up Grace Wygand, a junior midi off the Oyster Bay bench, who starts the half. A couple of good plays. Then Yu, the save right into the stick of Folks, and Seaford gets the stop.
Seaford's goalie stepped up huge on that. Seaford needs to make sure they pick up those ground balls at all times and not give Oyster Bay any more opportunities than they already have. That was a beautiful save by the Seaford goalie.
Folks, very athletic. She was a former midfielder on the program, but at this C level, like we talked about in the first half, Michelle, sometimes you have to find a goalie. And Folks decided to volunteer for the job prior to the 2013 season. A starting shooting guard in basketball. And she likes to kind of come out of goal, but the riding play, knocking the pass down, and a foul, fortunate for Seaford, they didn't give it back.
Seaford was lucky to have defense pick up that ground ball with the mistake made by the goalie. The goalie did come up pretty far. She's up above the 12, goes to make a pass, bring her sticks back too far, but thankfully the Seaford defender is able to pick the ball up.
Hannah Kaiser deflecting it, a chance at a 2-on-1 in on Vonvis, and the ball is buried. Emma Shate in transition, and Seaford has crawled within 4.
Again, transition is a huge part of the game. The ball comes down from the defender, picked up that ground ball, passes it to Shate. Shate coming in with all her power and is able to finish to get Seaford back on the board.
A lot of options for Emma Shate, so that's 3 for her after a 6-goal, 1-assist game in the regular season game against Oyster Bay. At an 89-point junior year. And this year she's been dodging from outside of the midfield to tremendous hands. At times, Kurt Dankenbrink says her teammates just kind of put the ball in her vicinity. She can catch anything from any angle. As Vanessa Yu stops that momentum for a second with another draw control. So Yu outside. This has been a constant replay from the first half. She continues to weave through, and the save made low. Kicked out by Folks. Recovered by Cook. And Oyster Bay continues to be relentless. 4.5 gone in the second.
Vanessa definitely needs to try and capitalize on those moments. She is being man-marked and locked off, but if she does win those draw controls, that is the only time that she will be able to get open and try and finish.
Julia Seiler continues to get the face guarding, and she was the backup varsity point guard this year as an 8th grader, so she is the one that they're asking to stop Vanessa Yu. Kaiser looking to step up. And off here to Michelle Yu. So the Baymen will say, we'll play 6-on-6. Michelle Yu outside. And it is Yu approaching, drawing the quick slide. And dumping it off here for Rebecca Lane. Lane at good speed, nearly turned the corner. And Hauser to initiate. Hauser turning the corner, putting it across. It deflects, and now the battle for the ball on the ground. We'll have a whistle, and officials are going to point to Seaford. So the Vikings' defensive adjustments so far have contained Oyster Bay. They have held them scoreless through 5.5 minutes.
Yes, without Vanessa Yu being on the offense, it seems that Oyster Bay is getting a little flustered, and Seaford's defense is coming up huge.
Michelle Savino. Another chance to run for the Vikings. Savino. All the way to goal. Dropped it off inside. The denial by Vomvis underneath a wide open Victoria Prodan. The follow-up is knocked down and picked up by Oyster Bay.
Vomvis is stepping up huge in this game. It is unbelievable to see how a championship game is on the line and your goalie is going to step up very big.
Vomvis, though, underthrowing McGuckin here in the wing, but then Seaford couldn't control it. As over to try to pick that up.
As Savino comes down and takes the shot, passes it off. Vomvis makes a wonderful save with a low-angled shot.
And Seaford now causing some havoc. They turn Oyster Bay over, but Emily Vomvis was not intimidated, something Charlie Rizzuto noted. Once in a while she'll leave the crease with her aggression, but there was never a day where they felt she was scared as an 8th grader to play in goal. And perhaps it may have helped. She's been the only option all year. Shate, bounce shot, and Vomvis came out to challenge back up to the Vikings.
When you're put on the spot and you are the only goalie, it's a very different situation than having a backup goalie. You need to step up and you need to be a leader, and your team is depending on you, and I think she's doing a very wonderful job of doing that.
Oyster Bay leading by 4, but she'll face a free position. And Shane, and again denied there by Vomvis. And the rebound is put in. Shane able to locate the rebound in the air. She's got both Seaford goals of the second half.
Seaford goals scored by number 7, Emma Shane.
As Vomvis makes a beautiful save, Shate's athletic ability to get her own rebound and pop that goal right back in was absolutely amazing.
Here's the timeout for Oyster Bay. So when you look back to the end of the first half, Seaford has now scored the last 4 goals. They've cut it to 3, with still plenty of time to go in this Nassau C semifinal. We'll step away from rainy Adelphi. We're coming back on Verizon Fios One Sports.